Rock DIY or do it you. I personally don't think that you need to buy a bung wrench, especially since you're not going to be opening and closing these caps that often, if you need to at all. But I use this 3/8 of an inch thick piece of plywood, and it's about 1 7/8 wide, and it fits right in there, and you can tighten and loosen those caps when you need to, if you need to use it. There's no point in having to go out and buy a bung wrench that you don't necessarily need. This is a 2 1/8 inch hole saw that was used to cut out the hole for the on the downspout of the gutter system. And when you cut it out, it's best to start in reverse first, just to get it started, and then reverse it, because if you start by going in the direction of cutting it, it could catch, and if you have the aluminum type downspouts, these little teeth can grab on and possibly damage your downspout. So start in reverse just to get it started, and then switch it over. And even though this has the bit that sticks out beyond the actual hole saw, in my case, this bit did not keep this piece from falling down into the downspout. So you may want to check to make sure that you have access to retrieving this from your downspout, because as big as the piece is, it could possibly clog up your downspout. You definitely don't want that. So yeah, in my case, it didn't keep it from falling in, and so luckily I had easy access to getting it out of the bottom of the downspout. The thing about drilling this piece out is that you can put it inside of a plastic bag. With it inside the bag, you can thread it into the barrel. Just make sure that some of the bag is hanging below so that you don't rip it open. But you'll put this into the barrel, threaded in, and then from the very top you can drill, and then the bag will keep the plastic piece that you drill out from falling into the barrel. Unfortunately, with the other things that you have to drill, you run the risk of the pieces, especially these right here, when you drill breather tube holes on the very top of each barrel. These will fall inside the barrel, and you'll have to, because it's so light, if it's wet inside the barrel, this will stick just about anywhere inside the barrel. But put a lot of water in it, and then just turn it over and make sure you have one of the holes open for it to drain out. And then there's also this one, but if you have a hole saw like this that has the bit sticking out, the good thing is that the bit will hold this piece in place while you're cutting it out of the side of the barrel. And this is the piece that you'll cut out of the side of the barrel for your fill tube that comes off your downspout. It's important to note that with these bung caps, when you drill your 7/8 inch hole, depending on the bung cap that may come with the barrel or the ones that you purchase with a kit, you definitely want to make sure you're in the center with your 7/8 inch bit, because you definitely don't want to be off center and have your bit grind the threads, the female threading that's in the bung cap. So this one has like a little point right in the center, but some of the other ones have a little nipple in the center that sticks up. So in that case, the best thing to do, because if you try to use this type of bit on that rounded nipple that's there, it's going to slip off, and then you run the risk of ripping out your threading, which you definitely don't want to do. But what you can do is use a small bit to start, and then change over to your 7/8 bit when you're ready to cut that out. Please like, comment, or subscribe. Thanks again.